Welcome. On behalf of Awakening Truth, we're so glad you are here. This is Kat over here, and this is Brian. And it's Sunday morning, and we have moved our time up a little bit. We will be now at 5:45 Mountain Time, 7:45 Eastern Time on the second Sunday of the month. You can check out the details on Awakening Truth under events. And we have a beautiful Dharma talk planned for you, a little Dharma and meditation. So settle into your body, settle into your seat, and join us here. All right. Brian, would you like to start for
Sure,
us?
sure. Thank you, Kat. It's good to be here, and good to be here with all of you that are going to be listening in the future to this this talk and our meditation together on this second Sunday. Today's topic is going to be on dwelling happily in the present moment, and it's a mindfulness training. In the Plum Village tradition, there are 14 mindfulness trainings for members that are ordained or aspirants to be ordained. And we go through these 14 mindfulness trainings, and they're available to anyone. Thich Nhat Hanh even wrote a book of the 14 mindfulness trainings, and um, and they're very lovely. And today we're going to do the seventh mindfulness training, talk about that, and it's dwelling happily in the present moment. And so I'm going to read this mindfulness training and then come back and talk. So, Kat, if you could put that up, that'd be great. Okay, so the seventh mindfulness training. So, the seventh mindfulness training, dwelling happily in the present moment. Aware that life is available only in the present moment, we are committed to training ourselves to live deeply each moment of daily life. We try not to lose ourselves in dispersion or be carried away by regrets about the past, worries about the future, or craving, anger, or jealousy in the present. We will practice mindful breathing to be aware of what is happening in the here and the now. We are determined to learn the art of mindful living by touching the wondrous, refreshing, and healing elements that are inside and around us in all situations. In this way, we will be able to cultivate seeds of joy, peace, love, and understanding in ourselves, and thus facilitating the work of transformation and healing in our consciousness. We are aware that happiness depends primarily on our mental attitude and not on external conditions. And if we can live happily in the present moment simply by remembering that we have already more than enough conditions to be happy. This is the seventh mindfulness training in the order of interbeing. Have we made an effort to study and practice and observe it during the past weeks? Thank you. Thank you, Kat. So that is the seventh mindfulness training, dwelling happily in the present moment. And and this is from the Plum Village tradition, and it's in the Thich Nhat Hanh order. The Plum Village is called the Order of Interbeing, our interconnectedness. Um, but I see this training, this seventh mindfulness training, just this dwelling in the present moment practice is really the essence of our mindfulness practice. It is, in fact, if you read all the 14, everything comes into this present moment. Our life, our tapping into our spiritual energies really go into this present moment. And this is the essence of our practice. And it's a tall order. Well, it's not an order. I mean, it's a directive. Um, And this is not easy. And what I find really fascinating about this training is right in the beginning, here in the training, it uses the word try. Try. And I find that rather curious. Um, it's, so in that little piece that says, we will try not to lose ourselves in dispersion or get carried away by regrets about the past, worries about the future, or craving, anger, or jealousy in the present. And the word we try, that's a curious directive. I mean, it's not like it means we do get lost. It's part of the human condition to get carried away in our thoughts. I mean, it's just part of our whole evolution um, of of development. And so, for most people, most of our thinking is repetitive, and and the same thoughts come up, and you have them the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And in some cases, this repetitive thinking can be harmful. And so really dropping into the present moment and being aware of so this is natural to be carried away, but being aware and catching it, observing it, that is the hugest step of dropping into the present moment. Because as soon as we start observing what's going on, we drop in. And so for me personally, I've been having challenges with this seventh mindfulness training, particularly in these past 10 months. And I'm not alone in this. And, I've been dealing with feelings of feeling, threatened, feeling energies of anger, energies of fear. But more importantly, this seventh mindfulness training is far from just politics that gets us lost in dispersion of thought. Far from it. This lost in thought, it's life. Life is the biggest factor that can carry us away. Life is the factor that can carry us away. And we have so many things in our lives that can take us for a ride, that can just hijack us. Uh, we are coming up to a big family holiday, Thanksgiving. And it's one of my very favorite holidays. I love the holiday of Thanksgiving. Yet Thanksgiving can be packed with some challenges. And and for many of us, it's packed with great challenges. I mean, we can have people in our families that can set us off in dispersion. We can find ourselves falling into old habit energies. And this can present us with challenges. Staying present and dropping into the present moment is our best resource. It is our best resource. Just observing when we're getting carried away and just observing, practicing mindful breathing and mindful walking. The energy of anxiety is another big one that this can really hijack us. I recently, just last week, had a life situation that was causing me a lot of anxiety. Um, and and as I'm experiencing this anxious energy in me, I feel ripped away from my ability to feel joy, at least in that moment. When I really get carried away or I lose my lightheartedness, I lose my playfulness. And and so as devout practitioners, as we are, we turn to our practice. So I turned to my practice, but it was really having a difficult time. Been practicing for decades, many, many decades. well, 5 decades, 4 decades, 4 decades. And and so I turned to my practice, and yet it was difficult. Um, so I sat there, I'm just observing it. I'm just observing this anxious energy in me, observing my resistance to my energy. I don't want this to be this way. I don't want to feel this way. And just really sitting with it. And then going into sitting meditation, it was a challenge there because I was really in a dropping. And then you turn to your other practices, mindful walking, mindful breathing. You know, I have my meditation practice. I do largely outside and just listening to the birds and the feeling, the sensations of the wind and it really drops you into the present moment. So after, some hours with that of just really observing on and off of what's going on and just really dropping into the present moment by, just resourcing myself. I was able to step out and it was like fog lifting, this fog just lifting. And it was so refreshing. And it's such an experience um, to experience it and to feel it lifting. And of course, so our mindfulness practice is and so then I was more able to get this fog lifting, and I could feel myself getting more in touch with my joyful self, and just and feeling joy and playfulness and lightheartedness, all being available to me. Um, so our mindfulness practice is not limited to our time just sitting in meditation. It's everything. It's life. It's our walk, our mindful walking, uh, mindful breathing. Our sacred pause is huge. Um, just practicing periodically, just anytime something's coming up is what's happening now? What's going on now? And just taking a breath and feeling this mindful breath and just taking moments throughout the whole day. It's very, very helpful. So when we really get caught in carried away by emotion, it's the mind can be super active, and so sometimes sitting may not be the best option if we're really, really carried away. And I like the analogy of a tree, and our head is like it's windy. It's our head can be like a mind storm of these this thoughts just flying through our mind. But if we focus on the trunk of our tree or the center of our core, but in walking meditation, I actually like to focus on my feet and like the trunk of the tree and just feeling the solidity of the feet. This just a few steps really drops us in. In a hurricane, the trees can be going all over the place, but the trunk is right where it is. It's stable and solid. And so either way, it's very important to just recognize what's going on and feeling how it resides in the body and bringing mindful attention to what is here and resourcing ourselves with all the wonders that are around us in the present moment. And so that's our talk today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you. Thank you, Ken.
Thank you, Brian. All right. As we prepare for meditation, we listen to the sound of the bell with gratitude for the Dharma we just heard. Breathing in here, we notice this is a body. This is a place that we sit, stand, or lie down. Or perhaps you're walking today. Become aware of your place here, the solidity of your body as you breathe. The body has weight. The body has energy. And we breathe here together with the weight and the energy. Notice the weight at the base of your tree of the body, at the feet, and notice any movement in the feet. You can bring the movement, or if you are walking, feel the movement. And notice the stillness of the feet. As you breathe, notice the breath through the feet. And this might be a curious practice here, might be something new, might be familiar to breathe into the feet. There are cells and pores and energy in the feet. So we are breathing into that energy with the awareness in the present moment. The feet become alive with awareness and with breath. In this way, the feet will begin to extend. You might feel more of their presence, that they have been walking however you got to the place that you are. Feel the physical structure, the entire base of the feet. So the big toe, the four other toes as pads on the earth, the ball mound, outside edges of your feet, the heel, the arch, the entire sole of your foot. So you're breathing into the surface now of your feet. Energy is perhaps tense. Perhaps the mind takes you into a question, a judgment, comparison. Bring the mind back to the physical sensation and feel the entire bottom of your feet. Breathing in, feet. Breathing out, stay in the feet. Observe the feeling. Nothing to do, nothing to create here. Becoming aware of the natural arising of breathing in the feet. Bring awareness now into the feet, the bones, the muscles. You feel the nail beds inside of the feet. up to the Achilles and the ankle bone. And as you breathe out now, conscious to release any resistance, holding control. Inhale to breathe, to feel. Exhale to witness and release as you breathe. The solidity changes to freedom because there's nothing to do with any tightness, any emotions in the feet, any judgments or comparisons, longings. Collect the mind into the breath. Inhale to feel. Exhale now coming up all the way to the knee. And keep the awareness on the feet, the toes, ankle, calf and shin, all the way up to the knee. Inhale, breathe in what is solid, what is sensation, what is emotion coming up naturally, what is in the mind and thoughts. And fill that with breath and awareness of the lower leg and feet. And exhale, watch it move, change, shift on its own. Without your effort, the invitation is to observe, is to release, surrender. This may heighten the energy in the lower legs, heighten the level of surrender, the level of awareness. Coming up now to the lower thigh, keeping awareness on the entire lower leg and feet, the mid thigh, and the entire thighs now up to the femur bone into the socket of the pelvis. This is a very large bone of the thigh. Inhale to feel the entire feet, ankles, legs. Exhale, release to the present moment, to the breath that's here now. Breathe in and feel. Breathe out and relax in the way that the body shows you. The body has weight and density. Let it shift its way or move you to that comfortable place. Breathe in to feel. Where is there holding, tightness, and stress? And the structure of bone, ligament, anywhere in the legs and feet. And exhale, the surrender gives way to relax without effort. It's an observation of the change. Breathing in now to the entire pelvis, everything around the glutes, base of the spine, all the way up to the belly button and the low spine, the low back. Everything now in the low belly, down all the way to the legs and feet. Breathing in to feel structure, density, weight, emotions, and thinking. And treat this as a space of learning. This mindfulness of this moment is a place to learn. Surprise yourself with what you learn. Inhale to feel. Exhale, observe the relaxation. There's no longer a need to hold the body, to control the movement or shape of the body. Let it be. Inhale to feel lower half of the body. Exhale, witness the present moment of sensation here. Breathe into the front chest of the body. Now we're breathing into the entire inside of the body, the entire energy system of the body. So all the organs, can imagine the lungs, kidneys, heart, stomach, intestines, every aspect of the front half of the body and the torso. And as you breathe in, what is felt? What do you notice? Breathe out, observe. Back half of the body, the spine, muscles on the back, ligaments, all the way up to the shoulders now. Feeling from the top of the hips up to the armpits. Continue to breathe into the feet, ankles, legs, pelvis, low body. Now incorporating the entire torso, everything but the arms and the head. Breathing into the physical weight, the structure, the shape. The breath fills the body with awareness. Breathe in to feel. Breathe out to observe. Notice any micro adjustments the body calls to you. Oh, move that ankle. Lift out of your spine by gently tucking your chin. The body knows, so listen to it. Find the neutral central place of the spine. Can do this by gently rocking side to side, forward, back, with awareness of breath through the whole body. Let's incorporate the fingers, the hands, the wrists, the lower arm, elbow, upper arm to shoulder. Breathing in now, the entire body, except for the head. And we notice, breathing in, the body has weight, the body is comfortable, or the body asks for a movement, a new shape, a shift. Inhale to feel. Exhale, observe. Is the surrender possible anything that's being held on to in the body, in the mind, in the emotions, in the spirit. Observe that too. Observe what disperses from your energy. Observe what brings it more clear, more available to the present moment, the present now, right here, right now. Inhale, feel. Exhale, observe. Noticing the neck. Now breathe in with the whole body in awareness. Now with the neck included. The base of the ear, the hairline, the back of the neck, and travel through the ears. For some in North America, the sinuses right now are very active. Ears to the sinuses. Notice the eye muscles, all the things the eyes have seen already today. Inhale, breathing into the whole body now with the sinuses and the eye muscles. The sneezing, breathing, nose muscles, the swallowing muscles. And just notice, feel the sensation. As you exhale, notice any resistance. Where can there be a shift? Where can the body show you a gentle place to move, relax more deeply into awareness instead of holding on, gripping the jaw, any tightness in the back of the eyes, perhaps some nervous or anxious, like, what is this? Now, inside the skull is the gray matter. Maybe lots of thinking has gone on already this morning. Pushing against the skull, the gray matter, let that also have a place to feel the present moment, the present breath. Let the breath guide you. Inhale to feel the gray matter of the brain pushing, thinking, active. Exhale, release with awareness. What is softness? What is here now? What is body comfortable? Now the entire face, head, neck with the entire body now. Breathe together. Just as we all breathe together as separate bodies, all parts of the body now breathe together. They seem different and yet they're one body. Bring that coherence of weight, shape. Inhale to feel. Exhale, surrender. Micro movements. Observation. Inhale, feel what is solid and what is energy. what feels like a buzz. This is the magnetism, electric energy of the body. This is what keeps us alive. Call this the light energy. You can call it anything you like. You just feel it here. It has no fatigue. This is a life force. Inhale to breathe, to feel it through the whole body, through the muscles, the bones, the skin, the tissue. Exhale, surrender into it. Do the front half of the body for a breath. The back half of the body. Now the whole body. This awareness collects the mind and heart into the present moment. And this burns up old karmas because we're no longer on the train of old emotions, thoughts, energies. We're in the present energy, the present life that pulses through the body. Inhale, feel. Exhale, observe, surrender. Micro movements. Allow yourself to be. This practice is called a cellular breathing, very common practice. And as you've done this breathing today through the whole body, you've awakened a part of your consciousness to breathe with the present moment, abiding here in the interconnection of all parts of the body. As you prepare for holidays, whether you're in retreat on your own, with family, with friends, this practice of being with the body, feeling the hands in the lap, the feet on the earth. This is all you need in those moments of dispersion, intense emotion, overwhelm, anxiety. Around the holidays, you can be here, feel the body, exhale, observe, surrender. Just those 3 words. Inhale, feel, and exhale, observe, surrender. Feel, observe, surrender. Notice any beings, any animals, plants, parts of the environment, people in your life that are in deep suffering right now. And with the love in this life force energy, inhale to feel their pain, the suffering mountain, suffering sky, suffering loved one. And exhale, observe, surrender. With them here, you listen and feel. Exhale, observe, surrender with them. Suffering squirrels, suffering grasses, suffering leaves, the suffering babies, mothers, fathers, sisters and brothers, grandfathers, grandmothers, human beings, human hearts and souls, anyone that come to mind. Inhale to feel. Exhale, observe, surrender. There's nothing to do with their pain. We're here to feel it with them. We're here to watch it change with them. We're here to listen with our whole being, our whole mind, our whole heart, our whole emotions. Inhale, feel. Exhale, observe, surrender. Let this awareness guide you back to your body here with gratitude, with grace, with awareness of let life do it for us. There are moments where it's time to surrender, and we are not the doer. At any moment, we are not the doer. Our effort is supporting this grace to come in, this heart observance to surrender with each other. Inhale, feel. Exhale, observe, surrender. Feeling the hands in your lap, your feet on the earth. And as you begin to transition out of this meditation, I'd like you to move into awareness of what you see in the same way. So as you feel the environment around you, as we come, you'll hear the bell ring. You're going to move slow with opening the eyes. Let it be fuzzy and soft. And you'll enter into the same practice. Inhale, feel. Exhale, observe and surrender. As you soften your gaze around your space, come back to this present moment, into the feeling. Blessed day, graceful day to you and all your movements.